Hello, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in your part of the country or your part of the state or your part of America. Um, I am Shay and welcome back to my channel. You know, guys, I cannot believe on today this is the final episode of the Braxton Family Values. Episode 26 finale. I actually had a great time with you all. And this was my first time actually seeing the Braxton Family Value. And it was a good episode. This one was kind of, you know, it was kind of, I guess, last episode that may be going to lead us up until they start back up. I'm assuming in the fall. But the first episode started off with the two sisters, Tamar Braxton and Toni Braxton, the living legend. Now, Toni talks about, she opened up a little bit more about her relationship with Bird and the man. And she thought how she thought she would never be here. I mean, it seems like Miss Toni Braxton is a woman who's in love. I mean, you can kind of sort of tell when her face lights up when she talks about this man. I guess sometimes I forget about she's talking about this man with all these tattoos. But, everybody needs someone. But, all jokes aside, if she loves this man, I seriously hope that this man cares as half as much about her as it seemed like she cares about him. So, what did catch my attention, it kind of bothered me a little bit. I mean, she said that she's told her sister that she was actually scared about being happy. And you can't help but contribute this to a lot of the sadness, the sad moments, sad situation, that Toni have had to deal with in her short lifetime. I mean, she had to deal with the divorce of her parents. I mean, that had to be devastating and embarrassing because they were pastors. I'm sure they were the community looked up to them, as well. So that had to be horrible for young ladies, and then, everybody talking and whispering in your little neighborhood about your parents and your dad. So she had to go through that, and then she had to go through her own divorce, and that's hard, I'm sure. And then bankruptcy a couple times. Her son, I think at one point in time, he was, I need to hurry up. He was diagnosed with AHDD. I think I pronounced that right. And also she was diagnosed with lupus. And that is a very, very painful disease. That disease can leave you almost, oh my, I can't even begin to get started on that disease. But one day I will share that story with you all. But that is a very terrible disease to be diagnosed with. And I feel for Toni. Had to go out there in that music world and give it all she got and come back and sick, because it's hard. It's hard trying. Yeah. Oh, well, I digress. Okay, she mentioned now she hasn't completely, let herself go with Birdman. Now she needs to, kind of, give Birdman something. Let him know that she is interested in him, because, he can walk out the door, by her not letting him in. But, she don't want that, so she still needs to let him know at least how she feels and how afraid she is not to be, heartbroken, or even not to go down the same path as her husband. But I do hope that he feels the same way about, it seems like she feels about him. Now, I used to be like Toni, scared when I was younger. Scared to, to love, just scared to, to open up my heart and just to get it ripped out and broken. Or just to hook up with somebody, I felt that was undeserving. How some of these guys, not all, some of these guys come out there, they pretend they are a certain way, and then come to find out they are completely different. But, I hope things work out if that's who she chooses to date. But I would feel the exact same way, though, if I brought Birdman in home and he was my man. I mean, it's hard to kind of take this man serious with all of those tattoos on his forehead and his face and his head. I mean, I don't know. Let's move on to the next scene. I think this battle with Tawanda and Andre, I think this was all over production. I really do. I think they regulated that, because I found it very hard that the very last episode, Andre and Tawanda, all of a sudden they finally see the light, and now they all on one accord now, and they agreed to the joint custody, and now she decided to give him the home in Maryland and take the property. No, I'm sorry. She decided to take the property in Maryland, and she decided to take the property in Georgia. And he's taking the one in California. I just think that was something about production to hype up the ratings for them. But I do think Andre is still in love with Tawanda. But I really don't think she's in love with him. I think she is outdone. Once that ink was dry, well, I think she was out mentally before that ink was dry. But I definitely think she's moved on. But when he said that, once you marry somebody, I can't come around. No. I think that's coming from somebody that's still in love with somebody. Okay, in this last scene, all of the sisters were all like dinner with Miss Evelyn, and Tamar had mentioned she wanted to know why her mother left early. Now, anybody in their right mind would have known why Miss Evelyn left early. Miss E did not want to get humiliated by Miss Wanda. That's why she left early. Me personally, I would have stayed there, ate my lobster, sat on the beach, had me a good time. That woman would not have ran me off from my family. As Miss Braxton said in earlier episodes, this is my family. These are the Braxtons. And I would stay there, and I would act like the Braxtons. Okay? Never. Never let them see you sweat. Never let the side chick see you sweat. So, Miss Evelyn, I would have stayed there. So, she did leave early. I can, to each his own. Tamar, you should have understood that. That's your mother. You shouldn't never, ever put your mother, Toni, none of you all, shouldn't ever put your mom in that predicament. Because when your mother is ready to deal with whatever it is she's dealing with Mr. Braxton, with his trifling self, she'll deal with it. Okay? So they need to back off and let that woman breathe. Have a moment and let her talk to some counselors or somebody. Because hopefully she's not still pining over this man. Some man gonna sit there and cry over some woman and talk about he don't want to leave her because he in love with her. No, that's humiliating. And I can see why her self-esteem was tore down and broken behind that. But I do think Miss Evelyn do need to move on and find her a new love interest and enjoy her life. Life is too short to be sitting here pining over a man that do not want you. I understand, you love somebody and you when you get married, it's supposed to be for the rest of your life. But sometimes you marry the wrong person and they take you down a different road and it's not. But that's not your fault. But we have to go ahead and work with the cards that we are dealt. So that is what Miss E has to do. Let Miss E enjoy your life. Find you somebody that God, well, of course you let me take that back. Well, Miss E, you know what? Let me take that back. You let God find you somebody. And when God find you somebody, that will be for a lifetime. It really would. We need to quit going out there searching for a husband. We need to let God or a wife. I do have some men that are watching my show, my video. So let God find you a wife or husband. And when you let God find your husband or your wife, you cannot go wrong. But I do think these girls need to mind their business. Because this woman has embarrassed the family, Miss Wanda. She has went to the family birthday parties. She has went to this man's 25th wedding anniversary. And I even heard a couple episodes back that she even babysitted the kids. Now, what kind of mess is this? These sisters should not be trying to put this woman, have this woman in their mother's face. Especially not until she's ready. You know what? This pretty much ends my video. It really does. Because every time I think about this upsets me. Because I have a mother. And if my father done my mother like that, my sister and I would never, ever will put my mother through something like that. Because we're going to be team mom all the way. We're not going to be sitting here trying to get my mom to talk to the side chick. Now, my mom, if anything, she'll be trying to get us to talk to this side chick. And probably talking to us about forgiveness and everything. That we need to forgive this lady and that we need to forgive our father. But thank God, we never had to deal with anything like that. Okay? So, hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, let's give it a thumbs up. And if you did not enjoy this video, how about let's keep your thumbs to yourself and let's respect one another. Okay? And hey, if you have not become a subscriber of the Fab family, hey, how about clicking that subscribe button for me and becoming a family? Alright? And also, while you clicking that subscribe button, how about click that bell right beside it? And when you click that bell right beside that subscribe button, you will be notified of all of my new upcoming videos. Alright? God bless you. And I will definitely see you in future videos. Amen. See ya. And also, I thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video. I realize you could have been watching anyone else's video, but you took the time out to watch mine. Thank you guys so much. God bless you.